Hello?
Yeah.
Nigga, what's up, man? We live. The Black Peter,
Somebody need to.
y'all next, man. What's going on out there, world, man? Y'all welcome. Welcome to the podcast, Talks with Ness through the world of world citizens, you world universal citizens. We got Black P here. The y'all Ness, y'all can come tune in and follow. Thank you, StreamYard, for giving us a broadcast situation. Tonight the topic is taking control of your life and what is your purpose. So first part of the segment we're gonna talk about, the energies on the earth, man. Nowadays there's a whole lot of transitions and changes going on in life, and they happening fast. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about cash. So, we're gonna get into that topic, and then we're gonna switch over to what purpose is. So, Black Pete, what you got to say?
I mean, at first, you got to come down to self-reflection and self-understanding. You got to look at yourself as you are, your station in life, and figure out what it is you're doing and base that against what did God tell you to do. Or whatever moral compass. If you ain't no believer in God, everybody got a yes and a no button, a moral compass you got to follow because it dictates what you do. Now, if you marry somebody at 18 and you look up and your wife is no match for what you are at 35, 45, or 55, I mean, what are you doing about it? If your job and career ain't matching the young lady you was when you was 18 and started this journey, what are you doing to get back on track and get back to what God said to do? It's only so much money you're going to have. It's only so much jewelry and clothes you're going to have. It's only so much sex you're going to have before you hit that wall and realize, man, that none of that matters. None of it matters. It's hilarious to me that it's people, they solely out here breeding based upon financials. Your bloodline and what you made of is made to get certain results done. When you breed with a man or woman, she need to have things that's going to enhance the both of y'all's bloodline. You can't be a solid one and you married a sucker because of money. And you creating babies that's bastard like they don't have no direction, no sense of nothing. You creating unusable offspring. You need to be breeding off quality, marrying off character. The world is upside down. What did God say?
God said not to be with somebody that was unevenly yoked, to make sure that you choose a mate that had the same paths and shared the same goals and spiritual values as you, so that you can help build on the things that he put you in a realm for. He said to not fall in the praise of lust and other things, and not let your flesh lead you to destruction, the carnal desires. So a lot of times we lead with that out there, fellas and ladies. You know what I'm saying? We lead with the carnal desires, and that's not the proper construct if you're going to build a relationship that's sustainable, that you could go into the future with. You going to get over those shallow things, the fleshy things, the who you look cool, cute, and all that stuff. That stuff is not big to last forever. So you're going to get over that. You're going to get into the contents of people's character, what kind of car a man drives, as opposed to, like a wise brother told me, what drives the man. So there's certain things, man. $3,000 watches and $2 watches tell the same time. Just like 300,000 Rolls Royces, $300,000 Rolls Royces take you the same destination as a $200 tick tuk. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, get y'all values together. You take control of your life. I think you definitely got to do that. You got to work out priorities. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop and assess your life. You know what I'm saying? Not how far you got to go and how far you came, but like you said, tune into purpose of what's the purpose of why you doing the stuff you're doing, and the time that you spend on the things that you do. What of those things are those wise investments that look to have payouts that's deemable to what the creator sent us here to do. So definitely interesting concepts. So purpose
100%.
purpose is definitely in there. So you didn't come here to just hump and make babies and eat chicken. You listen to videos to shake your ass.
I would argue that you didn't come here to do anything that's self-serving. I would argue that the older you get, it becomes more and more evident that your whole makeup, everything that you are, is created that way to benefit the greater good, not you. If everybody put their best foot forward, the world's a beautiful place. If everybody's self-serving, you got what you got today. Hell on earth. This is nonsense. You can't trust nothing. Nothing is pure. Your kids is liars. Your boss is a sinner. Your wife is terrible. Your husband is terrible. Everybody is out here living a life of lies and treachery. Nothing is trust. You can't trust nothing. You can't trust anything. It don't make sense. You don't even know if that's your child. Your wife will look at you in your eyes and do you something. Your husband will look in your eyes and do you. It's ridiculous.
Yes, that's why you got to choose people that you evenly yoke with, that you share and build spiritual values with. That way, you lessen the happy chance of constructing relationships that's built off people that's unevenly yoked. And a lot of people think the yoke is the egg, but it's the stern wood thing that goes around the bull's necks to steer them straight. And if you have one bull that's stronger than the other one, then it just leads the other one in a circle. It picks up too much of the load, and it's just a circle. Around and around we go. And a lot of relationships, not just talking about men and women, but relationships, period, are constructed with people and individuals that, people put into situations that aren't as strong. I think it's so around and around we go. So you take control of your life. Take assessment of things that you do and why you doing them. You know what I'm saying? And where they gonna head you to. You know what I'm saying? It's if you really look at some of the patterns you take, you can really find people who've already, through the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, whichever one you want, you can find people who took similar paths and where they in and go take you to. So, you got to construct, I think, everybody their values and principles, not off of monetary and worldly things. You know what I'm saying? These things are temporary. You know what I'm saying? And they're put here as obstacles to distract you from your whole goal. So ultimately, a lot of that stuff they give you is put there to distract you from keeping track of what your purpose is. That's what they give you all that stuff for. It's not to really enhance purpose, it's to distract you from purpose. So you don't get in the way. So hey, y'all, get to critical thinking. Get to asking some better questions to yourself before you ask them to somebody else. Black people.
No, hey, look, don't ask shit. Sit down and learn something first. Like, to me, it seems like this, man. It seems like everybody thinks that they're way more important than what they are, and I think that life go by so fast. See, when you're young, you don't think about it like that, and I think that's the only time in your life that your behavior is excusable, because you don't know. When you're young, you spend 100% of your time sharpening your skills or whatever blessings and traits you was born with. Now, when you start to implement them as adults, most people is going to look for the easy way out, and that's just going to take you down a path of sin. And sin feel good when you're doing it, but it got heavy implications, lifelong implications. Look, the Creator knew that you was going to like to have sex and get drunk and do all of that stuff. The problem with that, though, is you deal with the ramifications of this. Because this is where your soul going to get dirty. You done got that young lady pregnant and pay for that abortion. You did it. The whole thing, the whole entire situation was of your doing. And instead of doing what you were supposed to do with the end result of that, you chose the easy way out, which is going to put a scar on your soul. You drove drunk. You went to the Christmas party. It didn't seem like nothing at the time until you got that vehicular manslaughter charge and you done killed somebody's mama and auntie because you wanted to go get drunk. You can sit on your soul. God knew. Yeah, it's just a drink. Yes, that's not the question. But can you deal with what comes with doing these sins? And not even saying that drinking is a sin. I'm just saying that there's certain behaviors that you do that people take for granted. You can tell your homeboy, hey, man, go get me some blunts real quick. You got a car. And that man never make it home from that drive. You done sent that man off on destiny for what? You got to be very careful with how you use your words, what you request, what you think about, shit you do, what you put your hands on, plates that you didn't have to eat that you eating anyway. Everything matters. Everything matters. And when you get to a certain age in your life, you will realize that, man, I spent my whole life bullshitting and sinning. Every time you ate, something had to die. You ate a chicken for breakfast. You killed a cow for lunch. And so you asking the Lord to pray for you and keep you pure and keep you safe and keep you paid and keep you healthy and all this stuff, but you out here slaughtering shit every day. That don't make sense. You can't do both. You can't be religious. You can't believe in God and be a racist. You can't believe in God and be a murderer. You can't do both. You're going to make a choice.
Facts. The Creator said that you got to be hot or cold. that he don't like lukewarm. So you definitely need to pick. You know, you definitely need to take time and think about the choices that you make and how they affect the people that you love. And
Right.
even further than that, you know what I'm saying? There's a ripple effect that goes to the choices that you make if you're not cognitive, if you out here just thinking in the terms of self and that you bigger than the creator's plan for your life and what you came here for, then you already got other sins to deal with, narcissism and pride and different things. So, you know, every day you got to battle those things and humble those things out. We all got different devils that we got on different levels. You
All
know,
of it.
balance that stuff out, y'all. You know, you got to slow that stuff down. You got to, like I said, the internal question why is going to give you motives. So when you ask yourself, why am I doing this or what is it for? You know, as opposed to just doing some shit, you'll be surprised at answers that come to your head from the creator, from your higher conscience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you can
what?
accept it. That shit
Oh,
scare a lot of people. A lot of people can't even look in the mirror. That shit
okay.
you done did be bothering you. Them dreams you have at night terrify your soul. It's shit you done did. Prices you got to pay. You can't hide from nothing.
No, that's the funniest part. Why are you trying to hide? You know what I'm saying? Don't do
Because
that
that
shit.
cause,
Just
that
don't
price
do it.
tag is
Me,
painful.
hey, me and bro who got a policy. Don't ever do it. Do what? Don't do it.
Right. Whatever that is. Just don't ever do it. Park yourself.
Okay.
If you spent your day doing what you're supposed to do, you ain't got no time to be lying and hurting
Yes.
people and manipulating. You ain't. If you had to go and harvest this food, because the wintertime is real, nothing don't grow in the wintertime. So if you had the natural order of things, you had to survive this jungle, or you had to tend to this garden, you ain't got no time to be playing. By the time you get done picking and harvesting and planting and tilling and doing all that, and then you still got to go take the stuff you harvested and put it in the jars and preserve it however you know how. Man, you listen, what your neighbor doing, you ain't got no time. Like, I am not nosy. I'm not in nobody's business. I'm not out gossiping. If you look on YouTube, there's so many people on here doing reactions and so few people doing content creation. Nobody don't want to do the work. I'm gonna sit back and let you do it, and I'm gonna critique your shit. Makes no sense to me. Listen, there's room for everything. All right, that's okay. That's no problem. But now it seems like there is no more just straight honest opinion. Now everything's slander and gossip. It's just the way of the world, and it's not gender based. It's men and women, children. Everybody's out of pocket. It don't make sense right now.
No, I don't, because the things that people find to feed themselves off of, so you feeding your mental with a bunch of junk food like you feeding your temple.
So everybody got a motherfucking cross around their neck, a kufi on their scalp, a Torah in their hand, a Buddha statue in their living room, but I don't see no God in there. Where's the
Hmm.
God at in that? Listen,
Man,
that is just not no slogan. That ain't no mascot. That ain't no something to just play around with lightly. If you really believe in like that, how you living like this? I don't know.
right?
Look, and this ain't no judgment. It's just what it is, man. Like, at a certain point, truth got to be told. And I'm not saying that what I'm saying is the total truth. This is just observation. I don't understand what's taking place right now. I'm not expecting nobody to live like no saint. Everybody is not Mother Teresa and just be out here working miracles and feeding babies grits. And that ain't what I'm saying. What I am saying is I don't even see the effort to even try to be halfway decent. It seems like now today, the order of the day is being as ignorant and ugly as you could be. Yeah, I wish you would say hello to somebody you don't know, or hold the
Yes.
door open, or try to be polite. Try to open the door for a young lady. She gonna call you a masochist. Like, what is wrong with you? It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
Yeah, the value systems have been put in disarray, bro. I feel like with a lot of people constantly battling over things that aren't important, like gender, race, creed, color. You know what I'm saying? You lose a lot of the things that the creator put you here for. You know what I'm saying? So, again, man, when you put your value systems, you got people that want to eat bad food, like you said, shit gotta die every day. So, if you don't have a proper digestive system going and you not eating the proper stuff in your temple, and then all day you just digesting in your mentals a bunch of junk food and bullshit, then the product of who you are is apparent. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You shouldn't be looking for no extra boosters or nothing. You put yourself on a short leash. You know what I'm saying? When the world is the creator put you here and said to have heaven on earth, man. You know what I'm saying? To live and be prosperous. I came here to give you life and give it to you abundantly. It's tragic that most of us focus on the things that we don't want and manifest them. Like you said earlier, be careful with your words as well as your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Even more your words, you got to be careful to mind those thoughts because certain thoughts are destructive, like having weeds in your garden. Your mind's like a mental garden. So you got to be careful of what you let take root and what seeds you are allowed to grow in your mind as well as in your body. You know what I'm saying? Because these things ultimately become your character. That's why they tell you are what you eat. So if you've been consuming flesh and killing animals and doing the things that you're not cognitively, not to attack anyone like you're cognitively doing this, but if you don't take time, all the Bibles, all the religious teachers, they tell you not to just believe what the pastors say, to read and
That's right.
interpret it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do some critical thinking. You know what I'm saying? So if we start in the garden, then the stuff that we're supposed to eat is indicatively and natural. You need to feed a living body like Sabi and the other wise practitioners will tell you, living food. So if you feeding a body dead food, then what do you expect to get from that? So, with that, you got to attach that to like Einstein's theory of relativity to the same things that you digest mentally and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Have you made sure that you fed your temple, your mind, your body, and soul a healthy and proper digest so you can grow into the optimist that you came here to be?
Right.
You can get around a lot of health issues and a lot of things if you just eat right and take care of yourself. Give back the sins.
If you tend to that garden, guess what you're doing? You're getting exercise every day. You eating right. Not only that, you tending to the earth. You tilling the soil. Not only that, when you do that, that deer that you never see that live in the trees over there, he get to come and have a couple of your apples. That raccoon can have a carrot. You understand? Like you are not self-serving. You're benefiting you and your family. You feeding it, but at the same time, you keeping yourself healthy. You keeping the environment healthy. Everything it's a system.
You are part of a symbolic unit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You're part of a symbolic unit. You're a part of a symbolic unit. You're a part of a whole. You're a piece of a whole machine. You're not the whole part of the machine. So that's like the eyes arguing that they're more relevant than the ears or the mouth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a part of a body. That's why it says the body of God. So you're a part of a whole. You know what I'm saying? So how you do that is like I was saying with the minds in the garden. Some things don't receive. How you defeat negative thoughts, don't feed them. Starve them. You know what I'm saying? Once you feed the thought, it grows. The things that you feed your attention to. So sometimes when you catch the negative thoughts seeping in them crap, you have to revert back to the things that you learned from your spiritual teachers in your time off when you feed your soul and your mental, your spirit, that you can fall back to, okay, no, go this way, go that way. And you can use these things to strengthen better bonds than the ones that you strengthen from negative emotions that don't reward, So, yeah, definitely that.
That's crazy. Just that we even have to have this conversation because it's so far gone. It's mind blowing to me. It seems like every generation learns and learns, and you build upon every generation. This should have been nice 30,000 years ago, but we have lost everything. All bits of knowledge that's essential to survival and being in harmony with the universe. We've been erased all of that, and the only thing you've been taught to do is be a student or inmate or an employee or a husband or a wife. Ain't nobody know how to be a protector, a provider, a nurturer. None of that. None of the stuff that matters.
Well, when you think about that the society and the government, and the government is just an extension of society's constructs and beliefs, nigga, just gives you other things to do besides what the curators put you here to do, then you start with these issues. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the follower that's watching us on Twitch, man. What up?
Yes. Keep watching.
Yes.
We're going to break your ass off, whoever you are.
Get some refreshing views on here, man. Over here, we go over theories and complex ideas and constructs about how the humans move and grew through the earth. So when y'all come in to tune in to the channel, world universal citizens, man, we cover the whole earth and dimensions and everything. So we go just chop up stuff. Sometimes it might be direct correlation towards y'all. Sometimes it's mostly ideology.
It's all ideology. It's all
Okay.
is and however you take it, that's how you take it. Listen, can the Twitch person come on the show though? That's what I want to know, so I can make sure it ain't no it ain't no enemy of the state. You feel me?
That's funny. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Look, when we do it, we gonna have some other ones coming, y'all, where y'all can pop in. I think the other one, bro, we could whether I could put that on, like
Tell them to send a
the
message.
webinar.
You know how like you try to go online and the system gonna check you. Yeah, say you ain't no robot. They make you look at them pictures. Ask the Twitcher to go ahead and send a message. Make sure you.
Oh, that's funny as hell. Oh, let me see.
Nah, but look, the whole moral of the story of this conversation we having is, listen, be your best self. We count on you. Ain't nobody above the system. Ain't nobody better than nobody. Everybody provides, like Ness said, you part of a total system. And when everybody put their best foot forward, we all win. We all win.
Definitely. And be careful of the things that you allow yourself to receive. You know, when somebody decides to, like when you go out into the world, it's pollen and weeds, it's all kind of stuff. So you got to be careful who you allow to plant seeds in your mind. And that's me receiving certain views. So, you know, those things grow and they turn to weeds, man. I like to collect a lot of exotic and beautiful and rare seeds to grow in my mental garden. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't try to have no weeds in there. So I got a good filtration system best as I can to keep bugs and weeds out. So y'all got to do the same. You know, sometimes they get through the little system, but you know, you don't receive the negative thoughts. Don't receive the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You got to decide to fight back. You got to decide to take how you going to receive the shit that people say. So,
okay. But you got to go farther with that, though. You understand? Look, the people that you.
Let's go.
Because look, I mean, I want your opinion. Because the people that you love, they love the evil they do. So the thing about it is, evil don't just come by and ask you, "Hey, would you like some evil?" Nah, it's gonna insist that it come in your life to give you that. And so, how you know? Look, you can say your prayers every day and be on point, and I'm gonna do better, Lord. I'm gonna be a better person. And this evil show up and pull you all the way off your square, got you in the street fighting and cussing, ready to blast something. You understand? And you evil that made you break your promise to God. You understand? How are you supposed to deal with this? People, if you get a stalker, if you got a hater, if you got a boss that's threatening your livelihood, whatever the condition you find yourself in, evil is never let you rest. It's there at all times, in all forms. The worst person you ever met got a brother. The worst person you ever met got a wife. The worst person you ever met is some kind of connection to somebody, and they got to deal with this.
Yeah, somebody loved them. Nigga, somebody that likes who they is, Jack.
Okay, all right. The people you love, you know what I mean? Like they love you, but they love that evil they do too.
Yes, they do, man. And that's the thing is value systems. That's why you got to find motherfuckers that you share, excuse the vulgarity, but people that you share yokes with. You got to find even souls and spirits that's on a path that's shared and growth with you. You know, other than that, what gospel do you got with people that's not trying to enhance and not trying to grow? You know, this is going to stagnate growth. This is for observation.
Yeah, but you're going to help a lot of people if you tell them what to do with the people that insist on being in a circle with all that evil. What you supposed to do with them?
All the people that insist on being in your circle with all that evil, man. You know, the Creator says how to deal with those people is to treat them with love. He says nothing more powerful than love. So when they spitefully mistreat you, you treat them good. And it's like putting a ton of bricks on their head, because then they have to deal with the Creator, which is who is not as charitable to people who attack his children. He says, I've never seen a righteous forsaken. So when you make sure to bring the Creator with you to battle and how you deal with people and you deal with some of those things, if you don't know to start to go learn those things, then what happens is you put that back on those people. And most people aren't good with battling and being completely evil. Most people aren't completely evil. So when you return the evil with love or understanding or wisdom, it's the ultimate combatant. You know what I'm saying? Because if I return your evil with evil, then evil gonna never leave your house. We just gonna go back and forth. So somebody has to abstract the wisdom of the love. Somebody has to see through and power through. So if this person is not there, he also says if there's an evil eye, to pluck it out. If there's an evil arm, to cut it off. Why does he use these things as a vulgarity? Because if there is something that's evil and cancerous that's causing nothing but destruction to its essence, then you need to detach yourself from them people and that person. And he picked the eye because nobody wants to lose one of those. So he don't want to hear you tell him about your girlfriend, your friend, your sister, your dog, your cat, none of this crap, your job. He don't want to hear that. I said if you had an evil eye, pluck it out, because that evil eye is going to affect the rest of the body. So if you ultimately have somebody that's around you that does not value and take time to appreciate the essence of who you are, and you appreciate them, and it's turned into a negative thing where they're poking holes and destroying the ship, then ultimately the observation is easy. They must leave the ship. If they don't want to have a turn to repent and go back and try to get right and become cognitive of their ways, if they're like, a lot of times people don't tell people and stuff, they just assume people know things. They assume that the common sense that they possess is the same common sense that you possess, but we all are raised in different environments and different social structures, which means our common sense varies. So
okay. Now here go the next part of that. Everything you said was right on time, and it was dynamite. Now the thing is, though, have you ever had the people that operate on the evil type time? They don't leave, even if you tell them. They don't leave. What you supposed to do with this? Evil is evil for a reason. It's not just the things they do; it's the things that they won't do. So if you say evil, get out of my life, and they tell you no, and then what?
Man, then what? Them the shift arounds. I think that you can call on the divine spirits, man. If you really call on the divine spirits
talk about it.
around, they'll move stuff around, man. You can call on the divine energies to not move stuff around to cause harm. But that if this person isn't the right person for you, that the divine spirit puts them at the right place and puts you in the right place. It's divine for you. That's optimal for you, for growth, for them, for growth, and everything. And you can meditate on that the universe lines these people up and puts them in places where they can be appreciated and valued, so they don't have to feel sour and upset. And then it'll absolve itself, or you can put the negative intent, but you just got to know, like we said earlier, that you have to be cognitive that for every cause there's a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pay for the ways that you go about dealing with those things. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think what you said is absolute. I think everything you just said is cool, because it's a whole bunch of events and the motherfucking Calvin's in her house kicking over her baby's forts that won't leave. Hey,
look, you got a blatant violator in your house, and he's there. He or she is causing Russians, nigga. Yeah. Oh Lord, hopefully the males and the people that are tasked with being your protectors in the flesh, and being the ones that help.
Okay, but all she had was Jody. And if you had Jody, you not depending on
them inspirations. You know what I'm saying? And give you some backing,
But she got Jody.
Sooner or later, evil gonna have to have a big good foot up its ass.
Okay, but Jody don't sound like that. Jody got on skincare products. He's smooth. He sing. You gotta get Jody. Come get Calvin out of here. Everybody need to understand that what you said about asking the divine spirits to move something around, that's your best bet, because Jody, he can't even sock little niggas' teeth. He, this ain't it. This ain't it.
All you got is Jody's out there, Joe. That's horrible.
Nah, Jody is out here getting choked by Melvin, and you understand, it's a lot. It's a lot. Jody can't handle this.
That's
just too much.
Funny, man. Yeah, look, man, as a divine spirit, man, you have to sit down and meditate on it, and if you ask the creator to do things that aren't sin and based in maliciousness, then he'll help get them things done. He'll help move them around peacefully. He'll help resolve them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. No, well, okay. Now, see, remember what we said earlier about be careful with your words. So if you ask the Lord, say, hey, look, creator, please remove this from my life. You better be specific about how you ask, because if you say just remove my life, that motherfucker might fall out and have a heart attack tomorrow. If you say, Lord, look,
right, this is very true. This is why you say divine spirit to move them harmfully. You know what I mean? I mean, harmoniously to move them and to put them into positions for you and them where they are designed to be. That's optimal for them for growth. And for
Okay.
you for growth, you definitely have to be specific. You know what I'm saying? So I want them to have good work. I want them to receive the love that due to them, and I want to receive mine. So Spirit, can you move them? You know what I'm saying? And help us to help me and them to be the way you want us to be. You know what I'm saying? Move through
Okay.
my life, do adjustments, you know. And so, like you said, and definitely be careful how you talk. So definitely slow down and think about it. But you know, if you think in love, you know, and thinking positive, not just love is the word I use to describe it, but to think in positive vibrations,
Finesse.
negative can't exist with positive. It usually
No,
doesn't work.
it
They just
can't.
don't. I
It,
don't want to be around. It's only
now,
if I could find a little bit of negative, a little bit of that I could grow with. Just like roaches or any insects, anything that the creators made, it has to have a host to survive on. It has to have a way to thrive and eat. So if you take away its ability to eat, then why would it stay there? It would only move and migrate, just like you did as a human. That's why we come in different shades and colors. You know what I'm saying? So migration, we're out of food here. We need new nutrients and new resources. Let's
okay,
go
but
explore.
But what I'm speaking to is the human condition. So if Calvin come in your room and threaten to break your jaw if you don't give him some pussy, nigga, when you say the
What
prayer,
you supposed to do? Nah, look, don't do that shit. Look. If Calvin come in there, the Lord gave you power to enact the ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Call on the strength.
Here,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
my
And
boo, Yvette, and you gonna give me
don't
some.
ever be in here when Calvin is on your ass trying to whip your ass. And excuse me, you know, RIP to George Floyd, but don't never tell the bully with his foot on your neck that you can't breathe. Like that's the whole wrong argument right there, because they're already aware that you can't breathe. They put their foot there on purpose.
Anybody who ever seen Baby Boy know Yvette was about 100 pounds and 5'2". And Calvin came in here and told you gonna give me some. So right at that moment, she has no other recourse than to ask the Lord Almighty, please get this bitch ass nigga up out of here. But when she say it, she still got to be calm and make sure she asks for the right shit, because the Lord don't play. Lord is a gangbanger. And so if you say, Lord, if you say a prayer out of haste to dismiss this, you going to live with the consequences, because this nigga is not going to end right. That's why Jody killed you. Well, I'm being silly, y'all, but honestly speaking, it's hilarious.
Hey, look, you talking about Snoop Bro, huh?
Yeah, Calvin came in there and said, you gonna give me some. I'm gonna break your jaw. You move, I'm gonna break your jaw. That nigga kicked over her baby's pillows, do all types of shit. He just in here. I'm sorry y'all didn't know what I was talking about.
I do. I know what you're talking about. I just get the whole visual right now. Nah, what happened to Calvin though? Calvin got...
Okay, Vet didn't take the time to say, Lord, please help him get peacefully where he got to go. She said, Lord, this nigga wants some pussy, get him. And that's what happened. And Calvin met his demise. Nigga, don't come in here.
They said the wages of sin is death. So if you set out on a mission to cause somebody else malicious harm and to cause destruction, it says that if they lay in wait for blood they shall receive, for it shall be their own blood they shall pay. So if you lay in wait for blood, if you would think that position is called hard, then you gonna get what comes from it. You know, that's why we got, bro. Like you came and try to shoot, you kick babies over. You can't do stuff like that, bro. Not going unprovoked. Creator said don't mess with his children. Don't mess with his children. Don't mess with none of that, bro. You can't be out here doing that. He's watching.
Okay. He always watches.
He's watching. He also knows when you put yourself in them situations, when he advised you not to go towards certain levels and go towards certain things, it's a reason why he says that. You know, not to be with somebody that's unevenly yoked is not him being separate, to save yourself for people that you can build with. Because when you do certain things and you have intercourse with people, it's not just the physical exchange, it's the spiritual exchange as well.
All of that.
You know? So you have to be careful who you spiritually and physically exchanging with, because some of these is deities with lower vibrations that only come to lure you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So if you out here being fleshly and tuning into the monetary system and placing your values there, then you've already found yourself in a construct that's difficult to escape. You know,
if you have a baby out of that, that's gonna be an abomination. Like your whole motive in this was sin through lust and money, and you had created life out of that. Well, that's hard.
Yes.
That's like if you create stew in the toilet. You made a beef stew in the toilet water. Like, what is you doing? This don't make sense.
Beef stew in the toilet water. Woo. Don't eat that stew, y'all.
Or go ahead and eat it. If that's how you live it, you a dirty deity. This is what you like doing. Listen, again.
That's a chunky noodle soup.
That's rough. That toilet water, yeah. I mean, go ahead and get you some of that if that's what you craving. But I mean, listen, you ain't got to do that. Come on. Or maybe you do got to do that. I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny, bro. Nah, look, y'all got to be cognitive of the things that you invest your time into, man, because those things are the things that you're gonna build your life off of. You know, this is what I can say about that. Hold on, I got one for y'all. I wrote it down because I be smoking a lot of marijuana in my part times.
Donnie McClurkin said, "We fall down, but we get up."
Okay, we will wobble, nigga. We get back up. Okay. Definitely get your ass back up. You okay? Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny.
So, watch your spouse, they become your enemy. Like, there's a lot of shit to watch. You understand? Watching is part of life. You better watch.
You better watch.
Watching is the best thing you're going to do. Stop talking and do some watching, and you will learn something.
God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, and he put your ears on the most critical part of your body, Jack.
Right.
So, common sense would tell you which one you should use more. You know, that's why they tell you the more I talk, the dumber I get, because if you talking, then you're not taking in, Jack. You're giving out.
Okay.
Them equations, Jack, just like when we was talking about them evil people, man. Usually, you know, everybody's all looking for the same love with different things and appreciation and honor from their peers. So if you found yourself in a construct with Calvin type situations, then like I said, if the males around you ain't there to expedite, then definitely call the creator because he'll even it out. Man, he'll even it out before Calvin gets there. Calvin on the way to the house and getting a car accident.
Oh, right, he will definitely, but you don't want that on your resume that you asked for that. Look, and it's girl Calvin's too. Let's not ever get it confused.
Let's ever look. When y'all tune into this show, nothing's ever gender specific unless we say
right.
Yeah, we speak into essence of soul and contents of characters. Okay, so that's what we talking about a whole. You know what I'm saying? So not no little simplistic shit that you want to create. You know what I'm saying? If you unsure about something that we say, leave a comment, like, subscribe, shoot a word through. You know what I'm saying? We'll politic back with you and break that down for you and expound.
Well, I'll kick your pillows over. Straight up.
Kick your
fuck your fort. Whatever you believe in, we kicking that down and we gonna help you rebuild. You in with this bullshit fort. Fuck your fort.
I love Black Pete. You know what I'm saying? I love Black Pete.
Hey man, Betty Boy, bro, I don't even know how that popped on my mind, but as I'm replaying Baby Boy in my mind, it was so much shit in there. It's guns and it's butter. It lays lessons in there.
Yes, guns and it's butter. The thing that back to what I said earlier about value system. When Ving was breaking that down to him, value systems, bro. He was telling him things that you invest in. That shit you invest in has a temporary fix. The shit you invest in have long fixes. You invest in some shit with a little short fix on it. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna be gone. You gonna get home with that and figure out you didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? You should have invested in something that was more solid, more long term. Give me 1 second. All right, look. Hey, Black Pete, take over the mic. We're going to tell them what purpose is. Let's go into the purpose part.
As far as what? The purpose of life?
What's your purpose? What's your purpose? That was the next content. What's your purpose and how people get to find out what their purpose is?
Well, I think whatever you dream about, whatever your skill set is prone to help. Listen, everybody is not born to just come down here and have a job, buy a house, you know, just live material life. It ain't that. It ain't that. The greatest people on earth, you don't even know how much money they had. The greatest people who ever walked this earth and their lambs live forever. It wasn't about money with them. They was out here pushing the line, serving purpose. That's what it's about. What is your purpose? If you look at any public figure that you could think of that makes you feel away, or you feel like they moved the needle, they changed the world, I'll guarantee you can't tell me how much money they had, because none of that matters. It's what they was out here doing that matters. That's what your purpose is. Now you might look at them as, okay, well, they did what they did, but then you gotta look at yourself in the mirror like, well, what am I supposed to do? Maybe your purpose is to be a community leader. Maybe you know how to organize people. Maybe you know how to raise children. Maybe you know how to be a teacher. Maybe you could be a great doctor, but you wasted your life over here playing with an unfaithful spouse and terrible kids you didn't have with this spouse, and maybe you wasted your life out here being something that you ain't, trying to follow a crowd. Maybe you out here playing with it. It ain't never too late to rehab yourself, man. If you wake up one day and you 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, and you finally see the light, it's on you to fix it. It's on you to fix it.
I got something that can help you fix that.
Hi, we got a special guest that slid in.
What is it then? What can help fix it?
Man, a little bit of Mary Jane.
Yeah.
A little bit of sit your ass down.
Well, I think some niggas do need to sit down. Some people ain't got no purpose.
And a little bit of stay off the strawberry frosted flakes and the Caribbean grape nuts.
And the cinnamon in their boots, huh?
So basically what that means in layman terms for the people who try to decode that is what we said earlier. Take some ownership, man. Take control of your life. You know what I'm saying? Stop blaming your life on other people.
Yeah.
Stop finding everybody else. So it's called self-confidence. You know what I'm saying? So feel is, not feel outs. Stop blaming people. You know, one of my relatives told me, one of my other people told them that they thought self-love was the gratification that they received from people. And I'm like, nah, that's not. Self-love got to do with how you appreciate yourself, human. So how you start with how you love yourself is how you going to love your other people. And that's going to trickle down to all your other relationships. So if you don't love yourself and know how to appreciate self, then everybody else is in trouble.
Yes, nigga. Self-discipline, self-awareness, self-listening.
Yes, self-analyzation. You know what I'm saying?
That come first. Yeah, okay. Self-analyzation. Understand what you are and what you are not. Stop trying to live beyond your capabilities, man. Everybody is not made to be great. Some niggas need to do work behind the scenes, which can be great itself. Yeah.
Look, you can be the greatest technician, bro. Everything is a part for everything. It's a knee, it's an elbow. You need all them pieces, bro. The creator didn't give you no extra pieces, nigga. So you need all them pieces to have a whole body to get stuff done, bro. So definitely that. And purpose, what's purpose, man? Everybody is born with a gift, with something, with a seed that the creator put down inside of them that nobody else don't get, that's unique to them. And
for
so
your generation, in your time, and your area.
Yes, you have to water. Look, he didn't use Moses till he was 80. So you have to water that seed. You have to stop doing what everybody else tell you to do and what they expect you to do. And sometimes sit down and, like bro said, and meditate. Captain Great, you just sliding through. Sit down and meditate with self, you know, and talk to self and higher self and find out the stuff that you like to do. It's something that everybody likes to do that they would do for free. And we're not talking about redundant, negative, dumb stuff. Everybody has a talent or a skill set that they're naturally good at. So if you learn how to use those skill sets and turn them into a monetary gain, into a gain that can help mankind, I've never seen people that bless other people not be blessed. You know what I'm saying? So the things that you do, you know, pay it forward, how you treat the humans, you know, the creator likes you to help his downtrodden people. He says it's better to be a giver than a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So you have to choose those values that you're going to build your content of your character off of, because they're going to determine how the world reacts to you. It's going to determine how the world that you create yourself and that you live in is going to react to you. You know what I'm saying? So you can't determine what tomorrow got. It's a gift. It's a surprise. But you can also always determine how you react to shit. You know what I'm saying? You can react from a higher level or a lower level. It's on you. So I think that, you know, a lot of times we get caught in the I don't know. You know, I was talking to my other brother and he was like, man, I had an attitude and I was in a relationship and the relationship escalated to violence because of my attitude, and I caused a bunch of destruction, which later in hindsight, I'm the only one left hurt. The person I was fighting over is gone. I'm left with a broken finger that doesn't work no more. in hindsight, I wish I would just turned and walked away. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, shit. Some of the stuff you got to think about before you invest in it, because it all come with a cost. Like I said earlier, you know, if you laying in wait for blood, you know, if your heart is doing malicious things, if you got larceny in your maneuvers, then
You know
how
what?
do you expect to have success? You know what I'm saying? You
You
gonna
never.
build success with that. You know what I'm saying? You build success with honesty, integrity, morals, and principle values that are rounded, that are rooted and grounded in righteousness and love. You know what I'm saying? Not pettiness and maliciousness and competitiveness of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So these things cause issues, you know. So you just got to be cognitive of the things you invest in, you know, because that's going to determine your reality. You know how you respond to shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100% truth, man. And also the conversation got to be had about building community. You know,
Yeah.
like nobody survives as a solo lone wolf. Every single successful people on the planet have a community, even if it's not their motherland. If you go to any city in America, they got Chinatown, a little Italy, Koreatown. You understand? People need community. It's what governs you. It's what keep you in line. Because nobody ain't bigger than their community. Nobody. And I can't stand the young people now that they hate the old heads. Old heads hate the young people. It don't make sense. That's dividing your community up. That's dumb shit. The people from
Yeah.
your elders
Yeah.
know shit you don't know. Period.
Then they just need to stand on what they plan on, bro. Like a lot of people don't stand on what they plan on. If you planning something, you know it's gonna go. Stand on that shit. Don't stand on it for the moment. You feel me?
You gotta follow through with your constructs. You gotta build shit. You know that's why I take teamwork and
Man, that's why everybody as a whole be making sure everybody good all the time, because
definitely
everybody else, like,
that's the community.
We do it within ourselves,
That's the community.
but at the same time, we do it. Man, we got our own community, just like you said, man.
That's the community, bro. You know,
Just
you
like
got
that.
builders, you got hunters, you got warriors,
Everything.
you got chiefs,
Everything.
you
All
got
that.
squads, nigga. You got everything. Just long
Got
as
tailors,
you ain't got
everything.
the nigga that cook out here trying to hunt no fucking food,
That
we
part.
gonna eat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but look, but that's where we losing at, because
I got you.
everybody now is supposed to be tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody now is supposed to be a killer. Everybody now just want to be playing a role you ain't. Some niggas just musicians. You a good pianist. You know how to play the hell out that piano, but that don't mean you need to be out here fighting, catching phase. That ain't you.
Okay.
Be what you
Identify your strengths and build off of those. You know what I'm saying? If you want to pick up new talents along the way, it's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you have a talent and a purpose that the creator put you here for that's unique.
It's yours. It's yours.
That's going to affect how the earth moves and how everything turns out. So whether or not you play your role or not is ultimately on you. But, you know, it would be better if you played your role for the higher role than getting caught in the obstacles that's put out here to trip you up. You know what I'm saying? The distractions and tools that's put out here to keep you off balance.
It's sad, man. It really is sad when I think about, you know, how far we've fallen as mankind worldwide. Nigga. You know, that's the other thing I got a problem with. People always tend to look at problems through regional eyes. You understand? Everything that you're going through is a global problem. Everything.
It's a global problem, bro. Look, I tell people that the sun and the heat and the natural elements don't discriminate. Only the humans do. Animals don't even discriminate. Only the humans do. Discrimination, hatred, and shit like that is a human construct. You know what I'm saying? Supremacy is a human construct. That's not a godly construct. That's a human construct.
It benefits. But the only thing is, we got to convince y'all to do this. You understand? Okay. If we get everybody separated, we control everybody. If we going at it as who
gave you the right to control somebody? Who told y'all can control people? For this the point. For the creator already set down paths, and he already put seeds in his children when they got here. If you just let the people grow and let feed and nurture the things that they were naturally, we could progress like we're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But if you did, we're gonna feed you starch. We're gonna feed you lies. We're gonna dumb it down. Rhetoric. We gonna nigga.
Yeah, it's a 2-point problem because it's the people that definitely have a plan to insert that globally, worldwide. But then it's also people that's going to go ahead and go with it because it benefits them, which is evil. It's that evil shit again. And people that you love the evil they do. People will take the easy way out every chance they get. So if the system say, just look, for instance, you know, like in the legal system in America, a woman can take you to court and divorce you and take what you got, even if she cheated. Now, I'm not saying all women do that, but that's her right to do. If she want to do it, the law has set up a way for her to go ahead and get a cheat code off. If you are, man, we can go all day with all the different injustices that really exist. And it ain't just about women and men of color, none of that shit. It's a lot of injustices that exist, and a lot of people that's very terrible will take advantage and exploit that shit at the cost of somebody else. Real people ain't gonna do that. You're gonna stand on your own and do what you need to do and never participate in that. We had a moral deficit right now. Morality is out the window. People just doing anything now. And until that gets fixed, the world is in danger. Period.
Definitely, bro. People not taking responsibility for the things they do. You know, and
they'd rather drive a car than save the planet. They told you a million times the ice caps are melting, everything's going wrong, and niggas will still jump in the car and fill it up. This is the problem. What is your footprint on the earth? What are you doing? You are
y'all want to eat beef. Y'all want to eat meat. The meats is causing the melting of the thing. You got cows, ethane gas, different things, man. Y'all are the worst problem.
You are the problem. Period.
Your desires, your evil desires. You know what I'm saying? Not even you per se. Let's expand that even more. It's your wicked desires that to your flesh that you've been taught properly that's causing the construct of
100%.
Dis-ease.
100%. The funniest thing is everybody that jump in the car every day and go somewhere. Where do you go? Where did you need to go that was that important? Because it's a matter of importance at this point. Is it that serious? You understand? You can't live within your circle. Most people don't travel more than 5 miles radius. You understand? Unless they're going to work or they're going somewhere else. But most times they're not going. You around your area. So that means you going to sacrifice the world for convenience. I'd rather be convenient. Okay. Like you said, I'm going to kill animals. The animals is pollution. I'm just out here doing shit. But then you're going to look in the mirror and tell yourself you're a good person. It's not even your fault in that you was raised to do this. It's your fault that you reached a certain level of maturity and still didn't correct it or even think about it. You just on autopilot doing punk shit. It don't make sense. At a certain point, you have to grow up and take them chains that was put on you by the society and all them fucked up ass tenets that you learned from your parents. You have to grow out of that and become something that God can be proud of. You understand? Something you can look in the mirror and be proud of. I'm not even mad at you for the sin you did before you came to light. Listen, man, ain't none of us free from that. And I don't even expect you to beat yourself. I don't give a fuck what you did in the past. If you really say sorry, and I ain't even talking about to God, I'm talking about look at yourself in the mirror and say sorry, apologize to yourself for the shit you did. Listen, every single person out here right now can just be quiet and you could recall, if you ask your brain, you can recall all the shit you did wrong. Your brain has no problem telling you, yeah, you did that. If you will have instant replays of all the bullshit you know you did wrong. That's because that shit matters.
It does. Because those choices make up your life and the content of how you're going to respond to everything else in life. So,
absolutely.
You definitely got to take time to think about those things, man. The people be out here learning, the first thing they learn is to blame and not take ownership. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's the way out. Hot potato. It's off my lap and on yours.
The funniest part is that the things that you be mad at people about, the things that you find constructs to judge people about, if you took time to judge yourself, you will find that you share these same commonalities. You share more things in common than you lack are not in common. So, look, man, everybody got to go pay them bills. Everybody got the same hot sun. When global warming hit, it makes everybody hot. It don't just make white tie, black tie, old hot, or young hot. It don't discriminate. Like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? So everybody has a responsibility in it. You know what I'm saying? So educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, whys. You know what I'm saying? Why do you got to have meat and kill stuff to live? It says in a lot of the religious people, a lot of the churches and stuff, they do a lot of consuming of meat, flesh as well. But in their religious books, it says they're not supposed to eat this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That it's not. And it causes disease in your temple. You know what I'm saying? So you got people that be out here like, oh, why come God doesn't talk to me like he talked to these other people? Well,
why should he? Why should he? First of all, why are you that special? And secondly, if he did say something to your stupid ass, are you ready for that?
Are
You
you
want to
ready?
really get a creator in your face telling you words? He tell you anyway. You just too stupid to listen. You can't steal your soul long enough to listen. But if he did come in your face like Phil Donahue and hit you with these bars, are you ready for that?
Phil Donahue in your face, dog, with these bars. No, you not. You not. You don't even know what you're gonna say to him.
You better not say anything. You better do some listening. The creator bars hit different. Shit, you don't want him in your face talking about nothing.
Hey, look, man. Definitely always deal with you when you do the right stuff, man. You got to start with that. And we ain't attacking nobody because we all fall short.
All of it.
Start the journey though. You know, don't let that be the reason that you fail and don't acquire your goals and do your purpose. That you just accepted mediocrity. You condone mediocrity. Don't let that be the reason.
Right. And like you said, stop blaming all that finger pointing shit. Listen,
yes. Look, you've done more shit to upset yourself or hurt yourself than anybody else. That's what I was going to say on the end of that. Like, you know, you think about it, really, nobody's ever put a gun to your head and actually forced you, you know, some people to do the things that you made a choice in your life. Nobody forced you to go out that door. Nobody forced you to fuck that girl without a condom. Nobody forced you to tell that lie. Nobody put a gun to your head and twist your arm and made you do them drugs.
Nobody. You did that. That's the hardest thing to admit. You did that.
That you are your own worst enemy.
That's the whole point, I think, of oh, man, bro. This conversation can go for hours. It's crazy, man. Self-awareness, and if you just take the time to stop. I don't care if you got to go on vacation. You take yourself on a solo vacation somewhere where you could just really get to the bottom of who you are, man, and what you've done and where you want to go or how far you failed or how far you came. It's all relative. But at a certain point, you got to take assessment of what you did and what you have not done and what needs to be done. Get it together.
That's called taking account. You got to take account. You know what I'm saying? Balance those books out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely that. Because, you know, ultimately, sometimes that's one of the afflictions that everybody get afflicted with is because, nigga, expectations and ego and pride, you know, mixed and used the wrong ways. You know,
that'll kill you. That'll kill you.
Love and fire and everything are all tools, are great and wonderful tools when you respect them and understand what they are and what their purposes are. If you try to use love the wrong way, then you hurt people. If you use it the right way, then you build people. You know what I'm saying? If you take the fire and use it the right way, you can warm something. If you use it the wrong way, it'll burn you.
Total destruction.
So again, you know, you have to be cognitive of the investments. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, people don't think about that stuff. You know, it's so much easier to cast the blame on somebody. You know what I'm saying? It is not to say that other people don't take roles, but it's on you if you want to go down that road with them and take two fools. You don't got to be the second one.
Right.
You know, you don't have to join the ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's pride. It's pride.
I'm gonna tell you something else. The pride gets you in trouble. He said take pride and use it to take pride in your work. Not to take pride and put it in the wrong places. That's another misapplication. You're gonna take pride and put it over here. This ain't where pride goes. Pride comes before destruction when you put it in the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not where pride is supposed to go. You were supposed to take pride in doing your work, even if you was cleaning the bathroom or you was doing menial work, to if you was doing great and effective work to do your best. When you put your best foot forth and try your hardest, and that's that. And as long as you did that, then the creator was gonna match you steps and it was gonna make sure it was cool. You know what I'm saying? So if you step out the door and you doing stuff with all the wrong intents and the wrong values and morals that you built your character off of, then I'm pretty sure your life is afflicted with a lot of obstacles and hardships. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
a lot of it started with peace with self. You know what I'm saying? You can't have your love and your peace being in somebody else's hands. You know what I'm saying? That start with the creator and it start with you, you know? So a lot of people don't take time to do that. You know, they find themselves doing things like, if you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. But in this equation, this is the same thing with if I repay evil with evil, evil won't leave my house. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth leaves everybody blind and toothless. So at a certain point, you got to be thinking about the investments that you put into shit. You know what I'm saying? If you dump all that bullshit on the fire, you expected the fire to burn higher. If you want the fire to go out, smother it. Don't give it air.
Yeah. Self-defense is not the same thing as retaliation and revenge. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
You can participate in self-defense if need be, and that's a tragic event. With eye for eye.
Okay. So
that's not
that means I'm malicious. That means that
Yeah.
I have petty and malicious intent. That I feel like that because I feel like you slighted or caused me a discomfort or a hurt, whether it was malicious on your part or not. Then most people's proper way of dealing with that is to try to get a lick back or try to make you feel like them back. The funny thing in that equation is that you're a little kitty cat and I'm a big wild tiger. I'm a big wild grizzly bear and you a hummingbird. You should probably think about the creatures and the people and how they deal with the things that you do to them before and take responsibility for your investment because you could have handled that differently. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, if you decide, okay, well, they hurt my feelings, I'm going to hurt their feelings. You cheated on me, I'm going to cheat on you. You did this to me, I'm going to do that to you. This only dirties your soul. And if y'all get caught in this game, then this is just back to evil never leaving the house. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point, you have to take civic responsibility for your investments and how you got to the places that you got. You know what I'm saying? And it don't mean to stay in regret because life is fraught with hardships and things to learn. It says that wisdom and knowledge and understanding is worth 10 times its weight in gold and diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it, when you failed as a child and bumped your knee trying to ride a bike or try to learn how to work on an app or something or do anything that was challenging, you ran into hardships and challenges before you got to the good part. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, you got to persevere. You got to find the things that you here for and then start putting your energies on that. You know what I'm saying? And stop letting other stuff take you off place. Most people let the love go away and they'll let the anger lead. You can't build relationships off of anger. You know what I'm saying? If my anger
live life like that, you can't survive
over my love, we ain't getting nowhere.
You can't survive like that. That's gonna kill you. Period. There's no way around that. Listen, eventually, it's enough deeds you can do that changes. You are no longer you no more. You can do enough things where you are no longer the person you was. You are a whole new person now.
Okay, the Creator speaks to that.
Okay.
The Creator says that's a retrobate mind, a retrobate heart. You have to renew your mind. Sometimes you have to renew your heart. That means you got to change patterns and things that you do and the way you react to some of those things. So definitely, he'll harden your heart. If you do enough evil, you have your heart will be hardened, where you lack empathy and emotional connections to the whole.
It's all downhill from there because now
that's a tragedy. Hey, look, Creflo said earlier, people that want to start from the top got to remember that the only people that start from the top is people digging holes. I laughed. I said,
that's hilarious. That's real.
That's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? The only people
why wouldn't you want to do the work?
Digging holes.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to start from the bottom? Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
That's where seeds grow from. And when your daddy and mama made you, you started from the bottom because he was strolling the bottom of her.
You a crazy person. That's funny.
Theories of relativity, Black Pete. You know what I'm saying? Started from the bottom. You started from the bottom of your dad's nutsack, Jack.
When you start from the bottom, by the time you arrive at the top, you can maintain your position. Your roots are strong enough. You did enough work. You did enough knowledge. You're strong enough.
You set up your mitochondria good.
Oh, right. If you just at the top, the water can wash away your seed. You out of here. Like that ain't about nothing. Okay. Substance.
Okay. And the Creator speaks to that too in a book. He says that when he dropped the seeds that fall on fertile land grow harvests. Seeds that fall on non-fertile land dry up. Seeds that fall on rocks get picked up by the birds. Seeds that you got to make sure you plant your seeds on fertile land. You know, for people that don't understand that, my wise brother taught me layman terms that means it's things that you invest your time and energy in are the seeds. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that the things that you place them in is your thoughts is fertile. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell people I love you and lie and be doing malicious things to them. That's like saying I love you with a mouth full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody want none of that. Fuck your love. Get out of here with that. The shitty love, nigga.
So look, man. Take responsibility, man. You know, love is about appreciation and not possession. You know what I'm saying? When you love something, you appreciate it for who it is and what they are. And if you can help enhance and they can help enhance you, then that's a beautiful thing. But love is about appreciation, not possession. And a lot of times people think that love is about possession. But if we're going to talk about possession, you don't really own nothing. You don't own the skin you in. You don't own your house. You
You
don't
don't
own
own
your
the time
car.
you
You don't
spend.
own your girlfriend. None of that's yours. It's all the loaner from the creator. So nothing's yours. So the possession part is a whole nother view that we can get into on another cash. You know what I'm saying? Assuming to possess things that ain't yours, that was leased to you and rented to you. You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
It don't make sense. You don't even possess the time you spend and wasting. It don't make sense. You understand? None of it is yours. And why are you even trying to spend life accumulating anything? Life on earth is a blink. It's so fast. It go by fast. You can't take nothing with you. You was born with nothing. You leave with nothing. So why are you spending your entire life accumulating anything? What you should be doing is building relationships and covenants and bonds and getting knowledges and trying to change the world while you're here. Because it ain't about you. It's for the people you're going to leave it to. But people can't get
Right.
past themselves. You're going to
Right.
leave the earth in either better condition or worse. It's up to you.
So do better. Do better, man. Do better, man. Your people and loved ones, even the people that's full of shit, got somebody that love that's gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? If you give way to the bullshit, then that means that there's no future. You know, if nobody helps the kids, like you said earlier, if there's a disconnect between the youth and the elders, then there's a problem because the elders possess wisdom that they have
Yes.
from experiences that you can grow from in your
It'll
youth.
make you be 1,000
And
years in the future. You with
okay,
the knowledge they got, you don't got to go through it. They already know. Do this.
and elders,
Okay.
the youth can give you some revitalations and remind you of some things that you long forgot about who you was once.
Listen,
You
you
know
can
what I'm
continue
saying?
your
So,
plans long after your body gave up. Your plans can still get put into fruition if you get the right young boy or young girl and say, "Look, do this," and you can carry on what you was trying to do in your youth.
and look,
Listen,
all you gotta
ideas,
do.
good
Go
ideas
ahead.
never go nowhere. Them
Okay.
old sayings that stick around for thousands of years is because they work. You understand? Like life is not difficult. People make it difficult. And our generation right now don't respect anything that the elders got to say. And the elders is tired of being disrespected. So they try to be petty and come back at the young people like that. But what you doing is you wasting all that knowledge that got built up from the man. This breaks
If
my
you
heart.
if you was being your real elder self, then you wouldn't be getting conflicted in battling with the youth. That's only the
Well, it
elders
depends on how you
will
feel
have
about that.
different
Because if you went
conviction.
through the whole civil rights situation, or you went through whatever your generation went through, only to see your children disrespecting you, you might feel a way about that.
No,
You
you
might
definitely
feel.
is, but this is why I say that. I say that it comes back to how you dispose your wisdom, because ultimately we are the Creator's children, and He also is also disappointed in a lot of things that we all feel sure to do every day. Like you
I
said, I
agree.
tell
Yeah,
people you want to change somebody, change yourself. Get up. Yourself need to exercise. Tell yourself you need to eat this healthy food. Tell yourself to read and study and work on yourself and watch how your flesh tell you fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to change something, change that, and you're going to see how difficult that is, and then you can stop trying to change other people. So, no, definitely that, bro. That's why I said, that the journey to start with self-awareness, man, and taking responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely.
that's crazy, man. Like I just wonder right now. Like I'm almost to the point now where I'm all right with I'm knowing that the world gonna come to an end because it can't go on like this.
This
You
was
understand?
this what I would say about that. The world do come to an end. If we was riding horses and you was in the Wild Wild West, that world is over with. So the youth, I lost track of the thought for a second, but the youth is definitely disrespectful to the elders. But why I say that the wise elders should understand is that what I had a personal dealing with is my own self. So I was communicating with my adolescent son at the time, and I was just, having a conversation with him about some music and some artistry and some experiences that I had that was a part of my life. And I had looked back at him and I had made the assumption that he had already had these experiences as well. And so when I looked at him, I was like, "Oh, don't you know this and know that?" And he looked at me with a baffled look, and I was like, he was like, "Nah," and I was like, kind of got irritated with him, like, "What you mean you don't know? How you don't know this?" And then I had to catch myself, like, "Wait a minute, you wasn't born during that era, so how would you possess the knowledge and experience that I went through from there without being there? You came after that." You know what I'm saying? So I
Okay.
came after slavery, so I could look and learn the
Okay.
history, but I don't know what it's like to have a whip lashed across my back. You know what
No,
I'm
but you
saying?
do,
So,
but you do know what it's like to live with the whole consequence of what took place. You understand? Like if you ask somebody that's Chinese right now, yes, they wasn't around when they built the Great Wall of China or when Mao was there. They wasn't there, but they live under the whole what Mao created. They live under that today. So it don't make no sense for you to live in a generation now and just because I wasn't born in the 50s that I don't know what James Brown is. That's dumb shit. You have a
okay, now
responsibility
look.
to your culture and your elders to know what came before you. That's your responsibility. Now,
Okay,
the
so guess
responsibility of
what?
the elders is to get you through and protect you from them people. Before you had a chance to form an opinion, your elders protected you to get you to the point where you could have an opinion. And once you have an opinion, you shitting on the elders, that's dumb shit.
Okay,
I wouldn't
so
give a
this
fuck how you peel that potato. That's just dumb shit.
this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say now. I'm gonna say with that same potato. I'm gonna say that that's very true. But at the same time, in my generation, the elders took time to raise the youth and then bred and plant certain seeds in them when they were young.
Because they
We
never
went through a
choice.
whole, we went through a whole era where they decentralized us with crack and drugs and different things. So it was a psychological attack on our essence, nigga, that went on. And so that's
Okay.
where the disconnect is. You know what I'm saying? Like the youth is the elders definitely have the wisdom, but you have to understand the youth don't know. So how you go about how Daniel's son, Mr. Miyagi, went about teaching Daniel's son is that. So when you get your wisdom seafood, how you go about distributing it is on you. Who you gonna take on as students is you. But if you don't take
Okay,
on,
but wait, but you missing the whole precursor to that was Daniel's son wasn't listening to shit till he got his ass whooped. Then he came with the knowledge. But it's not until you get your ass whooped that you gonna go ask the elders how to fix it. And
hey, look, he still was talking shit after he got his
Okay.
ass whooped.
No, but he knew, okay, I could talk shit, but I got to go in here with Mr. Miyagi. Because otherwise, nigga, I'm going to get served every day. Right now, what you dealing with is Daniel's son on arrogant time. I ain't got my ass whooped yet. So I'm disrespecting.
I'm running around, nigga,
Okay.
putting water on Cobra Kai and get my ass
I'm
handed
doing
to
it.
me, nigga. I'm
doing
fucking
it.
with Johnny and his girlfriend. Nigga.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. And then when I get my ass beat to oblivion, then Mr. Miyagi going to come give me the game.
Only thing I feel about the old to the youth and its essence of my theory of it is that I do agree that they're disrespectful, but I think that as well as the a lot of the old people assume an arrogant role. And why I said that earlier is that they can learn from the youth the revitalizations of who they were used to be and the powers
Now,
they used to have.
They're
Lot
different.
of
They're
them on
different.
the
They're
journey
totally.
to get to who they are.
They're
They
totally different.
forget who they was. So when
They're
you
totally
was a
different.
child, before the earth got its hands on you and contaminated you with all these other things and these constructs and beliefs, you had an essence that we talked about earlier that you came with. That was your purpose that you felt. That was you. You know what I'm saying? And usually you let a motherfucker trick you out that spot. They're going to educate you out of it. They're going to program you out of it. So this is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the youth, the older and the elders and the youth, it's just a repeat of a circle. So the wild warriors, it's young wild warriors that's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's old wild warriors. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be cognitive.
I don't believe that. This generation is built different. This is the first generation that has assimilated to the government. They
did. But you got to think they took Black history out. They took all the stuff that they educate them out of school, bro. That whole education system that we was experienced, like we went through learning slavery in school. We went through learning and getting exposed to certain things at an early age in school, which made our minds and our thoughts go through certain ways because we were exposed to those things. When they saw the generation that made, the Hueys, the P. Newtons, the rebels, they removed all that. They gave the next generation the Children of SpongeBob. They gave them Barney. They removed Looney Tunes. They removed certain things from school. You don't say this in school no more. There's no religion in school no more. There's this no more. We took Black history out of school. They removed.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen. So right now, fuck school. That was always what it was. Your community taught you. There was a community, and when you came home, it was understood that you don't tell on the man across the street, Mr. Bill, because he going to the pool hall and shoot illegal pool to pay his bills. You don't tell on him. You don't go and go over there fucking with them gangsters if you ain't built like them. don't go bothering them because they keep their shit behind closed doors. If you go over there, you accept everything that comes with it. Don't get in trouble and tell on the gangsters when you went over there. Like you said, anybody put a pistol to your face. It's a whole lot of shit now.
Don't get mad at the lion for biting you. What the fuck is you doing
so
over there?
When the old heads look at these young people today, the disconnect with that is y'all are some straight pussies. Who the fuck are y'all? When we was young, 13, we knew how to sew. We had to take care of the family because moms and pops had to work. They didn't have no time. I'm taking care of my 9 brothers and sisters, and I had to know how to fight because ain't nobody gonna disrespect the family. It's a lot that went with that. So they not trying to hear nothing about this 13-year-old boy that don't want to go to school and talk back to his mom. They don't want to hear that shit. What they looking at is a whole loss of a generation to the government. That's how they looking at that. Like it used to be a time where we still knew who we was. If you look at the news right now, ain't no motherfucking epidemic of Chinese niggas snitching on each other. You think they don't got crime in their community? You think they don't got a whole triad moving a gang of motherfucking narcotics? You think they not telling on each other? Do what you do. And we over here, but the greater good is our community. The Jews, you think they not over there doing shit in their communities? They got their own police department in schools. They don't fuck with nobody. They do what they do. They not snitching on each other. They still got a community. We over here playing. And that's the shit right there. Now the old heads is gonna tell you, the young boy's gonna tell you, oh, okay, boomer. Don't y'all know who the boomers are? The boomers are the whole reason you bitch ass niggas is free. They the ones that took the L fighting against the establishment. Listen, this conversation is crazy because right now the youngsters is out here operating like them people. They not black no more. They brown skin, but they are American on the inside. These motherfuckers is different. Now, you can take that however you want. Not you. I'm just saying, like, people that hear this conversation. Listen, it's okay to be a citizen, a civilian, whatever that fuck that means. But you still have an obligation to your community. And I think that's where we at. Yes, crack did something to that. But at a certain point, you, like we said, accountability, you got to be able to look up, look around, and look what's going on, and you decide to resist or participate. That's that. And until we address that, we can't never fix it. These youngsters is creating a whole new identity for us. And when you turn on the news every night, these stupid ass niggas out here making us look terrible, giving white supremacy something to go on. You still these niggas out here doing shit broad daylight, stealing purses, smashing grabs. They're just doing dumb shit in the plain view of everybody in a time where computers are giving niggas cybercrime. If you just gotta be a criminal, then why can't you be quiet online? Learn how to steal like all the rest of the scammers and shit is doing. Why is y'all out here putting a black face to everything that's wrong with America? It don't make sense.
That's a good question, and to speak to that, I definitely think that's some bullshit. But then to speak to the powers that be, this is all the things that they report. Like you said, the triads them don't report. So America has an agenda, baby.
If you know that, then it's your responsibility to protect your people. Why would you go? Well, now we're not doing that because that's gonna have us looking crazy on TV, and it's ramifications for that. Okay.
The ownership, man. Well,
ownership.
We used to have community stuff, bro, like you said, but that I remember the old heads around that I looked up to. The old heads would come and drop jewels on us, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays,
y'all would listen. Would listen.
Yeah.
It's different.
Definitely.
The young people now, look at this old ass nigga. They're gonna be talking crazy to you. Gotta put violence on. Like, wait a minute. So you telling me anybody over 25, y'all just fuck everybody over 25? That's the dumbest shit in the world. Every meal you ate came from a nigga over 25, whether it's the owner of Ralph's is not under 25. Okay. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay. The phone that you, nigga, whoever made the iPhone is not under 25. Come on, bro. Y'all niggas is dumb, bro. I don't understand this shit.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you, man,
You can't build a nation. You can't succeed without elders and youngsters. You can't. It's one thing. It's
part of a whole, a symbolic whole. Like I said earlier,
and if you divide that, whoever's responsible, I'm not gonna blame it on the youngsters or the old. Whoever the fuck, let's just put it like that. Whoever's dividing the age groups, that they sinister, because there's a clear agenda in that.
It's sinister. It's just like whoever's dividing the race groups, the age groups,
it's sinister.
It's the human condition, nigga, for discrimination, for indifferences. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a unique set of battles that they embark on. I was young. I used to look at that like, why is this, that? And you choosing to like people over things they didn't control. Like, I didn't choose to be a girl. I didn't choose to be light skinned. I didn't choose to be a boy. these are things that beyond my knowledge that I didn't choose. So at this level, you decide to like me or dislike me based on these things. It's outrageous. Now, once I've exposed the content of my character, open my mouth or by my actions, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Because my actions is say who I am more than my words do.
100%.
You out here doing evil to people. It don't matter who the people is. Oppression don't work nowhere. Supremacy don't work nowhere. For you know, if it's Civil War oppression, if it's the Irelands and Germany, if it's
it don't work nowhere.
Fight, it don't matter where it's at. Supremacy don't work nowhere. Who gives you the right to be supreme? And if you are supreme, why would you use your supremacy to mistreat and cause malice to people who lacked the powers that you did? Like, why would you do that? Why would you use the powers that the Creator bestowed on you to cause harm to His people that you're supposed to be put here to guard and protect and enlighten? Like, why would you do
evil? It's evil.
So that's the content of your heart. Then
most of the white supremacists I ever seen did it in the name of Christ.
Okay, and so this the point. Blasphemy. That's blasphemy, though. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nowhere you read that Christ said He don't like black people. You know where you read none of this stuff. In the Bible, it describes Christ to have skin of bronze and hair like lamb's wool. So again, man, when you start to use the blasphemy to push your agenda, you just dirty up stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is why you have to have knowledge for yourself so you can understand. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get caught in that loop. You know what I'm saying? Of ignorance.
Okay. So now that's what my whole argument against what the young people is doing and what the old people is doing is because it takes you to go get your own knowledge. And the schools wasn't teaching this part.
Nah, because schools can only take you so far. You know, you got to go take yourself. Everybody should have took that pilgrimage in their life, you know, to find out who you are. The greatest journey in the world is the journey to find yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can't define yourself by somebody else. You got to find out who you are and what you want to get done with, and then start to contribute to mankind as a whole. And then you'll receive all the blessings and accolades that come from being a peer.
So this is what we talked about earlier with purpose. What is purpose? Once you start learning about what the condition is, you can then help remedy the problem. Schools are not here to teach you about right and wrong. They're here to get you ready to go fucking work that job and be on an assembly line. That's what they're here to do.
8 hours. You got 8 hours at school, 8 hours at work. They taking 8 hours out of your life if you running that program off the break.
Okay, and you learn how to obey. You learn how to accept punishment. You learn how to just have common knowledge among all Americans.
It's called programming.
It's called programming. And then on top of that, they're going to indoctrinate you and make you be an American citizen. Pray to the flag and all of that shit they're going to do to you. Now, their job is not to teach you about your history and this and that. What they need you to understand is the system that's in place. So school is relevant if you are going to be a citizen. School is relevant if you're talking about being socialized. School, as far as learning history, that's debatable. That's debatable.
Depending on what you address school as. If we talk about government-funded schools and programs where they are only putting you into a system to be a battery, then that's that. If we talk about schools to work on specialties and acquire knowledges that you need to transgress and move through life, that's different. So, again, man, what you doing with your time is what's most relevant. You know what I'm saying? How you spend that time is going to determine how you can manage that dime. So the most wealthiest people don't manage their money, they manage their time.
Because that's what matters. That's the only thing that matters is your time. Because that's not yours to spend.
Okay. So, or it is, jack it off if you want to. You can get another dollar, you can't get another day.
You can't buy no more days. You can't go to CVS and buy a day. It's not going to happen.
R.I.P. Bob Marley told his son who had an obsession with financial and monetary things that on his bed of transition, he told him that since you love me so much, son, take the money and buy me back. You know, so.
Can't do it. And that's haunting words. If you lived your whole life until your dad's dying words was have something to do with his disappointment in your love of money. Imagine that's sitting on your soul all this time. That's tough.
Man. You love money so much, then just buy me back, man. You know, you can't buy people back, Jack.
No, you can't. That's what you can't do.
Even if you
No.
use the technology now to deep fake and create, it still ain't them person. It's just what it is, you know. So
Assembly. That's
okay,
immolation. Yeah.
it's the simulation of a real sensation, nigga. So you not really getting them people's real natural reactions in them simulations, Jack.
Nah, you're not.
You
You're not.
can't get acapella.
Okay, well, that's funny that you tapped on that. Let's go there. Tell me about the world as it is now with all this new technology out here. I mean, what's the if they got robots that can do parkour and shoot guns and do all this, do we need police anymore?
Nah, man. You know what's funny is that
And if we don't need police no more, what else don't we need? And take that thought a little bit further. And what do life look like in 5 years?
woo, woo. Yeah, that's a very progressive thought. You know, and depending on the filters you look at that thought from, man, life gonna look way different.
Give it to them. I mean, again, the world that everybody know right now, that shit's over. It's done.
Oh yeah, robots is coming. Motherfuckers so to see robots walking down the street. That seventh life form is coming, you know. So shit, we're gonna have cyborg human life forms with artificial intelligence that's able to communicate and have feelings and do all that stuff. So we definitely have a change of shit going. So if the robots are doing things and they're more effective and they can do things without having to be sick and take off of work and all that stuff, then where's your values at? Because if y'all all been chasing money and creating your values for your life and your essence and how you deal with people and value the people you love based off of that, then those realities are soon to be shattered.
So what's important? This right here opens a whole new Cadillac of question, because if they had you, meaning, okay, look, there's people on the earth, and a certain group of people seized control of this earth. They did. That's not arguable. They did that. So what was the point in them doing that? If they say they take control of the earth, that means they got to employ you and feed you, which means they create these jobs, that create companies that create these jobs, but the company also reap rewards. So it's a certain percent of the population that get all the money, and they pay salaries out. If they don't need you, if them same people that's in charge is now building robots, what is the role of humans now? You just what? Donate your eggs? Donate your semen? That's really the only thing that you could be used for at that point. Like if they got robots that can do any job better than you could ever do it. If they possess all the knowledge, if they don't put you in school no more, and the robots already know everything, what do they need you for?
Hey, look, man, sound like a Matrix type of dystopian.
I seen the man on TV said the Matrix was not a movie; it was a documentary.
And that's an interesting theory. Because the way it's looking, if the humans start doing that, bro, that means that nigga they'll be able to put all the humans in them vats and the robots to take over the earth, bro. You would be put into
no more energy needs. People around the world, that solves the problem of energy. That's the number one thing that people have to do. The oil, coal, electricity, nuclear power, all of that shit is the number one need of all countries everywhere.
You know, that shit based off of a lot of bullshit. You can really live without a lot of that shit. The creator gave you the sun, he gave you everything you need to live on earth to sustain. So a lot of the shit like the consuming of meats and the mass production of cars that produce carbon emissions that is not necessary for sustaining life, Jack.
No, it isn't. It's necessary to sustain comfort and convenience. The point is, if niggas sold out like hundreds of years ago, the world changed from, no, not even hundreds, maybe like since the turn of the century, 1900s, where everybody went from, okay, we got to grow our own food and make our own clothes, this and that. And you handed all that over to the powers that be to provide that to you in exchange for you working these jobs. That means that the certain people at the very top that control everything, the world will become their little playground. They can have the whole earth. Everybody else needs vats. And they just, it's 100,000 of them spread across the world. They can do whatever they want. They don't have to share the world with nobody no more. It's their world. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. It is crazy because there's people out here that's constructing reality for you if you ain't taking time to construct them for yourself.
You handed it over. The create, like you said earlier, it's about accountability. You handed over your whole entire existence, your life force. You gave them people your kids. Before your kids had a name, they had a social security number. If they don't like the way you raise your kids, they can come take your kids from you. Think about that. They don't like the way you living. That's not
Hello, viewers. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got 2 viewers now. What's up? Fuck it all on. Blessings. Salutations.
Send us a message, viewers.
Yes.
Just a thought, a comment, opinion, something, anything.
Drop off something. If you got something you feel about that, you got a question you want to ask, you got a topic you want us to pose, you know what I'm saying, then drop that off, you know.
Or theory. You might got a theory we didn't even thought about. Come on with it.
We love it. We love it. Let's expound on that theory. Let's introduce it to the world. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, man. Y'all out there, you know, getting to purpose and tuning in, man. Thank y'all. Shout out StreamYard. Shout out Twitch. Shout out all the providers. Like, subscribe, follow. You know what I'm saying? Do all that good stuff. We appreciate it.
Well, that's the. I'm gonna say it like this. Everybody need to go ahead, take accountability, look in the mirror, apologize, say sorry, get on your purpose, create a new relationship with the Creator. Because things is going to change in a whole different way, man. All the wars, the weather change, the technology, everything is right here and it's fast. It's not waiting. Today, not tomorrow, today. It's already here.
So if you heard what the brother Black P said, start with the man in the mirror. He didn't say get up, go around the corner and go upstairs or go in the next room and tell the motherfuckers that you think is pump motherfuckers that they pump motherfuckers to tell them you need to forgive me before I can proceed into my life. Or it said go in the mirror and start with forgiving yourself. You know what I'm saying? And get that together. And then once you get that together, then you can start being a better human being.
Yeah.
When you learn how to be a better human being, you can learn how to be a better soul. You know what I'm saying? Then we can make these transgressions to the places that we're supposed to be, humans.
Yeah, it'll make you feel good when you wake up without that burden on your chest.
Okay.
You understand? You can wake up and feel better.
That's what forgiveness is for. Forgiveness ain't for the other people, it's for you. So you got to not carry those extra heavy bags of resentments and discontents that you carry about people. Those things cause disease, cause cancers, cause health alignments. You know, you have to learn to let go of those things, man. Those things are digestible too. You have to think that before you eat food, before you consume something in the natural flesh that started in your mind, that's all started in your mind. You was like, I sure would like this apple, this chicken, and it started there. And once you started there, it was there. So again, man, take time to think about the stuff that you consume. You got to eat food that's good for you, not good to you, because they design food to be good to you. So it's enhanced and has all these additives and preservatives that cause your body's illnesses. So you got to take time to think about it. If you don't want to listen, look at how food react when you eat it. Just look at how your body react. When you put fuel into your car and you fill your tank up, it's so you can drive far. When you eat food, it's supposed to be fuel. So if you fill your body up with food, and it make you sleepy and tired and lackadaisical, then you probably put the wrong fuel in. So taste is a learned attribute as well as comfort. You know, once upon a time, we didn't have soft couches. We slept on rocks and we lived in jungles and shit, and we was comfortable. So comfort and a lot of these things that we put values are learned attributes. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, shit, learn to have some good values and build your life best you can. And we gonna try to, you know, offer things that the Creator has taught and things that have value to the space, you know what I'm saying, and the people that you love, you know what I'm saying. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, though, man, and viewing and chopping it up with us, man. We're going to be back on y'all with some more content and jokes and stuff sooner than later, man. You got something to say, Black Pete?
Nah, what you said, that's that. And look, other thing is, all the topics ain't going to be heavy like this. You understand? I'm not even saying this is really heavy. You understand? But this just, sometimes you might come in here and get your sides split from laughing. And sometimes you might come in here and get angry and want to holler. You understand? But the thing about it is just understand that we coming from the heart with it. That's all. And
when you come in here, you're going to get pure and unadulterated truths and views, and you stay subject to investigation. Go ahead. The truth can stand investigation. A lot can't. So if you got theories that's grounded on research and thought, let's get it. Come on, pop on in. Let's get it.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man. Y'all tune in later for another episode. For all the people who wasn't here live with us, man, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in and viewing too, man. Thank y'all for y'all time and energy, because you could have been any place, anywhere, at any time, and you took time to be with us. So thank you. Blessings, salutations, and congratulations. Have fun on your way to your destinations.
Be nice. Stop acting crazy. Be nice.
Blessings. We out of here, man. Shout out Twitter, shout out Twitch and YouTube. Thank you, StreamYard, for letting us come through and broadcast, man. Shout out Good Synergy. Y'all go tap in, man. 10-5 vegan. We got other stuff that we have people that be doing their little stuff, man. Y'all go type in, like, and subscribe, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and blessings.